Hello and welcome to the Level Cap podcast, where Marco fails at clapping, but Brad makes up for it anyway, and otherwise.
I don't think anyone will get that joke unless you actually put the clapping intro, the sync intro, into the episode. Nobody even knows we do that.
But now they have this...
Well, let me give you some... Alright, so let me give you some background on Marco's statement. So every time we start the intro, we clap. Like we synchronize clapping because to make sure that if there's any delay, we can sync up our audio. But this time, Marco didn't clap. He just said the word clap every time I clapped on my side. So I had to clap extra to make up for Marco not clapping.
I'm sorry, but here's the thing, right? What if I did clap? It's just that my voice is louder than my clap.
I don't think that the word clap can peak your microphone unless you really shout it.
That's true.
And that's the whole point, right? If it doesn't peak, then it's hard to sync up.
Okay.
I mean, you're the guy that does the audio. You tell me.
I mean, it works either way. It's fine. It's fine if it peaks or it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Welcome to the Level Cap podcast, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful week. It's probably a Wednesday by the time you are listening to this, and I hope your hump day is doing fine. Brad and I will help you get through this hump of a day and make sure that you're on your smooth sailing way to the weekend where you can play board games with your friends or non-friends, whatever.
Enemies. Yes. On Wednesday, I always play board games with my enemies.
Oh, just Wednesdays.
Just Wednesdays.
Is Friday for friends?
Yeah.
It starts with an F, so I guess it counts.
And an R and an I.
Yeah, exactly. So Friday.
And it's the end of the week, so it basically says friend.
Oh yeah, perfect. It's canon. This is now canon. If you play board games with anybody on Friday, they're immediately your friend. So welcome. We have a wonderful docket for all of you tonight. We're going to be talking about stuff we've been doing. We're going to be talking about some pipeline stuff. We're going to be talking about some Level 99 Games development behind the scenes. And of course, we're going to be answering some of your questions that you sent to us via our Google Forms or in our comment sections down below. So let's start it off with a shebang as we head into our first segment, because I want to ask Brad a very important question. Brad, tell me, what have you been doing?
Well, recently, last week I was in Seattle and I was playing BattleCON with the Penny Arcade crew. I don't know if you saw that stream, but it'll be live on YouTube in a few days, and probably by the time this comes out, you'll be able to go online and watch as we play BattleCON. Mm-hmm. And it was just kind of an opportunity for us to promote the upcoming BattleCON Unleashed Kickstarter and the release of BattleCON Online. Speaking of which, BattleCON Online's also been a lot of work. But I'll talk about more of that in our pipeline section. But in general, I've been working a lot, and I've been spending more time at the gym. I've been going out, working out. I did some yoga yesterday. That was really nice.
Ooh.
Trying to stay more active, because as much as I'm working, I've also been working too much and not spending enough time, getting out of my office. So
work-life balance, Brad. Work-life balance is important.
Trying to maintain that work-life balance.
Oh my gosh.
How about yourself?
I'm really excited to report that I have been quite tired. The past few days I've just been either going out, partying, and all that stuff. I'm young and I'm free.
Marco's a party animal.
Yeah, and by party animal, I mean, I had a sleepover with a bunch of friends who I've been friends with for 17, 18 years at this point. We were friends ever since we were 5. So, we hung out, and then I went to another party with my partner's friends, and it was we went to karaoke, and I think it.
Oh, that's so much fun!
Yeah, it is. Which is why I'm kind of happy that we ended up recording this today instead of the original plan, which was on that day. Because if you had heard my voice at that point, it was shot. Mostly because of the fact that I'm not a really good singer. Anybody who's listened to this podcast knows that, because I've tried singing for some episodes, and the big deal that I want to talk about here is that instead of singing well, I just sing in impressionist voices to mask the fact that I'm bad. So I sang Billy Joel's For the Longest Time as Waluigi, and it sold. People liked it.
As Waluigi.
Yeah.
Let me hear your Waluigi.
Wah, it's me, Waluigi. Waluigi time. Right? It's not that bad.
Oh man, really? Waluigi time?
Wah, Waluigi time.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so epic.
I
need to hear this.
Oh my gosh, it's great. If you want,
but I don't need to inflict it on everyone else. I just need to hear it myself.
Oh my gosh, I will send you a video later. It's gonna be great. Okay, so that's what I've been doing. If you guys want to recommend me, Brad, anything, how about you tell us what you've been doing? Listeners, what have you been doing this week? Brad and I would also be interested to know. Have you been playing any new board games? Any new game recommendations? Tell us, and we might respond to you on the next podcast, and 100% we're going to respond to you in the comment section down below. But let's get on to the meat of this podcast, wherein I feel like Brad's been wanting to talk about this, since he already started mentioning it earlier. Brad, welcome to the Pipeline, also known as Brad's segment, where we talk about Level 99 Games development and background stuff, behind the scenes, BTS, but not the Korean boy band. So Brad, tell me, what's up?
Does the Korean boy band also stand for behind the scenes?
No, I just think it means it's BTS. I'm not sure what BTS
it's
stands
just
for.
three words in Korean that begin with a B, a T, and an S.
I mean,
that's kind of how Korean bands do it, I think.
Anyway. What's up? Level 99 game stuff. BattleCON Online?
Yeah, so BattleCon Online, we got approved by Steam.
Wait.
The launch is going to be this Friday, so if you're listening to this, it's in 2 days on Friday. We're going to do the official launch of BCO. Releases with 19 fighters. And we'll be adding more soon. And everything is pretty much ready to go. We're cleaning up a few little, UI things. There's always more stuff to improve on or to do. But we've had a major user interface overhaul in the past few days. So the game looks much different now than you may have remembered even from a month ago.
Oh,
so,
really?
if you have time, check out our new trailer or go to the Steam page and wishlist it so that you'll be notified when it comes out.
The link for which can be found in the description down below.
Yeah, so the game's looking really good. I played a few rounds of it yesterday. I had a great time. I didn't find any bugs. It's worth checking out. If you're a BattleCon fan, then this is the way to play because you can play with people anywhere, anytime.
Oh my gosh, just so juicy. I always love
exciting.
I love BattleCon Online. Strangely enough, not exactly because of the game itself, but because of what the game does for the community. As a community guy, it's like, the influx of new people who come in and they're asking, oh, which fighter should I play? Or like, it's like, oh, how does this fighter do against that fighter? It's been a while since I've had to like orient people and ask them, like,
yeah.
What's your play
It's good to have some new blood.
Oh my gosh, new blood is always so great to have in the community. Yeah. It's always so fun to see new people. And I think new blood's always great because, maybe they bring something new that all of us old fogies haven't realized yet. People say Rookyuk's one of the lowest tier characters. Who knows? Maybe this new person comes in, plays Rookyuk, and floors everyone. I don't know.
Yeah, there's still room to discover.
Yeah,
that's a good feeling. And it's in addition to all that, it's just nice to be able to have these events online, like the online tournaments that we have, and things like that. We have I don't know, we've had a couple, probably like one or two a week, or one every week or two.
Yep.
Online tournaments, community organized, completely outside of like an official channel. But we have a few events that we're planning to, to promote the launch of the game. One of those will be an official community tournament.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun!
So if you want to join the official community tournament, you can jump in and sign up now.
You want it? I think we should stream it and cast it. That would be so fun.
Oh, that would be cool. I don't know if we probably won't be able to live cast it, but we could like
replay
cast the replays. Yeah, replay cast it. That's the way to go.
Oh, that would be so fun! Like replay casting the entire thing, posting it all on the official Level 99 Games YouTube channel.
Maybe that should be our podcast next week. Is we just replay cast a bunch of tournaments, BattleCon tournaments.
Oh, that'll be so interesting. It's like people would watch it and listen to the podcast at the same time, huh?
Yeah,
If you like that idea.
And in the down moment, like between matches, we just do our little commentary or do a, like one of our mini games or answer questions, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Or we could just stream us live commentating it. Either way, it's...
Yeah. Live stream of replay casting.
Yeah, that's going to be so interesting. That's going to be like...
Weird.
7 layers of it. But yeah,
is it live? Is it replay? Is it both? Who knows?
Who knows? It's semi-live, semi-dead. It's like Schrodinger's stream, right? Schrodinger's stream. It's both live and not live until you observe it, right? But yeah, if listener, if you'd like us to do something like that for the next episode or something like that in the future, please tell us in the comment section down below. I would love to cast some BattleCON. I have a lot of experience and a professional degree, so haha.
I don't, so it'll be interesting for me too.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Brad,
wait, you have an esports degree, Marco?
Well, no, I don't have an esports degree, but I have it to a professional degree, like capacity, not degree as in the paper. Degree as in capacity, yes, but like, yeah. Oh, shout out, by the way, to Wind Up Bird, who organizes all of those weekly tournaments that Brad mentioned earlier. The Weekend Warrior stuff and all of the BattleCon tournaments. Basically, all of it is Wind Up Bird, and he's been like a really good guy when it comes to like esports stuff. So shout outs to you, my friend. All right, Brad, anything else for this segment? Do you have any?
Yeah, we'll be doing a couple other launch promotions for BattleCon Online. One of the things that we're going to do is, for the first week, we're going to make all fighters free for launch week. So the free rotation will be all 19 fighters for an entire week. So give you a chance to try out everybody, see what you think of the whole cast, and really get some variety in the matchups that come out. So make sure you play next week. It comes out this Friday, and so for till the Sunday after, you'll be able to play everybody for free. So make sure to jump on and do that.
Oh, it's going to be a really exciting... I'm so happy to hear that. Actually, I wasn't expecting this to happen, so I'm really glad that, it's not just going to be all the 4 same fighters at the start of the week. That's going to suck. It's like, imagine just having every match be Cadenza versus Hikaru versus Cadenza versus Hikaru versus... like, ooh. Yeah, but anyway, I'm really glad. Anything else, Brad? Is there any other special event for this?
No, there's no other special events to play, but we may unveil more as time goes on. And we'll certainly be doing something for BattleCon Unleashed, so keep your eyes out for that.
Oh, definitely keep your eyes out for that.
Because that's gonna be like just a week or two after the launch of BattleCon Online. We'll be doing Unleashed. And one thing I can reveal we are doing for Unleashed is that if you back Unleashed, you'll get immediate early access to Evil Hikaru, the 20th fighter in BattleCon Online.
Oh, he's pretty fun. He is.
Yeah. So look out for that.
Yeah, if you're the kind of player who loves screaming the names of your attack bears, Evil Hikaru is for you.
Oh man. Yeah, he's pretty wild.
He is pretty wild. All right, Brad. Oh, by the way, I think a lot of people have been asking this, but let's talk about this later in the 99 questions segment, but I just want to ask you before we move on, are you working on 7th Cross today?
Working on it a little bit, but I'm mostly working on BattleCon Unleashed today.
Okay. Good to know. All right,
I'm doing some designs for these bonus characters.
Ooh.
The ones that we may unlock when we hit some stretch goals.
Oh, I could help. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So we have like 15 bonus characters planned.
Oh man.
In case we somehow hit like $2 million on this project.
Which I hope we do.
I hope we do too.
You know how to guarantee to reach $2 million on this project?
How's that?
Include minis.
Well, guess what we're not doing? You know how to reach $2 million in cost for this project? Add minis.
Okay, that's fair. Completely fair. All right, Brad. If that pretty much does it for the Pipeline segment, where Brad talks about the background, the background, BTS, Korean boy band of level 99 games. If you would like to tell us what the Korean boy band of Level 99 games would be like, please tell us in the comment section down below. If you want to know more about specific development stuff, specific lore things, about specific races in whatever, Indians, whether it's Seventh Cross or something like that, please tell us in the comment section down below, and we'll tell you about anything about our worlds or about our production or anything about development in general. You have Brad Talton Jr. here to answer your questions. So, move on to the next segment, which is also known as my segment. Brad, welcome to the 99 Question Zone.
I feel welcomed, Marco.
Oh, indeed.
To the 99 Question Zone.
Yes.
And this is episode 85. We're getting close to episode 99.
Yes.
We gotta come up with something special to do for episode 99.
Obviously, we both just stop answering questions, and we do this mind meld thing where all questions are simultaneously answered, and therefore this segment becomes debunked because everyone knows everything now. We are Hive Mind. We are Legion.
It sounds like it could be dangerous.
Indeed. That is why it will happen on the 99th episode. Because the moment we... See, the thing about this entire podcast is that it's called the Level Cap Podcast, so I'm not really sure what happens when we go past the level cap, which is 99. I'm scared. I'm scared. What do you think we should do for the 99th episode, listener? Please tell us in the comment section down below. And you know what? If it's just 2 hours of straight reading fan fiction, I would not be opposed. Alright, Brad. In this segment, I take questions from our lovely listeners, and I process them through a meat grinder so that I can feed them to you and that you can produce answers for us via the energy that the meat gives you.
Alright,
Brad, question number one.
Sure.
Question number one, Brad. Question number one comes from our lovely fans. Who is your favorite TO character? I am assuming this means Temporal Odyssey.
Yeah, so I play Alex.
Robot Boy.
I like Alex because I like the his defensive capabilities. I think anyway, I think it's a pretty cool character. But I also like Drake, who has a nice rush down strat. But the thing I really like about Alex is the broken portal. And this is my claim to fame is that I designed the broken portal.
Oh, okay. No wonder you like Alex.
Because I was like, well, what if we just, we let you get characters really quickly, and they're strong, but they come in with damage, and sometimes if you get the wrong damaged character, they just break immediately and they're useless. Because it makes sense because he has that healing tower, and he started out with that healing tower, but he didn't have a real use for it. It wasn't like
doing
the greatest
anything.
thing ever. Yeah. It was like, well, what if he had a way to accelerate by damaging his own units? And the broken portal is what came out of that discussion.
Oh, that's so pretty cool. I like that aspect of Alex, though, where he just, cheats out really expensive stuff. I like that. Yeah. Huh. Who's my favorite Temporal Odyssey character?
Yeah, who is your favorite Temporal Odyssey character? Right? Have you gotten to play Temporal Odyssey yet?
Yeah, of course I've played some, right? I think one of my favorites has to be Drake. Because I play aggro in every single card game I play. And I think it's only in BattleCon where I don't play aggro. Because I don't think there's such a thing.
You play brawlers?
I mean,
brawlers are aggro.
But I don't play disruption brawlers. So...
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess
so. What other kind of brawler is there?
Hikaru?
Except the one that hits you faster and wants to stun you out.
Hikaru? Robert?
He's pretty much anyone who goes faster and hits harder is going to be disruption focused.
I guess.
I
guess. Oh, well, Joel. I call Joel a brawler, and he doesn't play like that.
Joel's really... I guess Joel's kind of a... So in Devastation, we actually changed the classes a bit. I have to tell you about that at some point. But there's six classes in Devastation.
Oh no!
In the new system.
Oh no! What's Joel now?
But we're talking about TO, so yeah. So aggro Drake.
Aggro Drake, but I also like Mr. F. Because again, I guess Mr. F's also aggro because Mr. F is go wide and then buff everything, right? So. Yeah, so I think that's it. I like those kinds of strategies because, again, in CCGs, I only play aggro, which is Drake, or I play OTK giant setup and then will overwhelm you in a tsunami of stuff. And that's Mr. F in general, right? Yeah. I mean, not even if you don't do the buff strat, you can just do the laser sunbeam strat and it would still kind of work. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of tools to It's neat that every character can be played a couple different ways too.
Yeah, indeed. I guess
I really like the adaptive nature of the game.
I guess the most narrow has to be Drake, right? Like, he's probably quote unquote the most narrow one, but even he has like 2 different strategies.
Well, you can play him as like at the lead of his own army, but he's also got that really great portal, the blink portal. Which allows you to do real crazy stuff with the time decks. So using like getting the right setup and using a blink portal recursion strategy is another way to play Drake.
Oh, recursion, huh?
Yeah. So you bring in guys that have really good like come into play effects or just a really great attack, and you just use them and then drop them off at the end of the turn. You don't have to worry about them dying or anything, or you don't have to worry about protecting them at all. So you kind of use the timeline to protect your guys.
Huh.
Especially if your opponent is going really hard into one timeline and they don't have time to go and stop you from using another one.
Huh.
You can keep a really good top deck on that deck, and then use that again and again against your opponent.
Okay, that's pretty interesting because
especially if you have characters that have permanent effects like the programs or the like programs are real good with Drake. Mechs are real good with Drake.
Oh, mechs, yeah.
The thieves are really good because he can like sneak out a thief. You can if you have golems in play, you can blink out the golems to power up your other spells.
Huh. And then just use that, and then whatever golem, right?
Yeah, and then just cast your spell that would have been at level 1 at level 2 or 3. Because the golems give such good, like, rune economy, or sigil economy.
Huh. And here I was just using that for extra attacks. Oh.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways to use it.
Okay, well, obviously the aggro player in me is just too aggro.
Yeah. You bring back your elementals, and then you sacrifice and bring back other stuff permanently.
Oh my gosh. What is my purpose? You buff my spells. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So there you go. I think Drake's a big favorite. I don't know, there's just something about the aesthetic of a librarian dragon guy. He's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like his aesthetic a lot.
Yeah, he's a cool character.
Yeah, he's a cool character. All right, next question. Hey Brad, here. When is the 7th Cross demo coming to Tabletop Simulator?
So I've been working on it. I'm gonna do some more work on it after I finish BattleCon Online. Or BattleCon Unleashed stuff. It's just, we've been trying to find the right way to do monsters in a way that doesn't require 1,000 cards in the game. So, so we've been revising here and there and changing little things, and it's I'm always nervous to show off the new game, but I think it's going to come out good. It'll probably be hopefully end of September. We'll see. And the game will we'll let you know. I did restart the 7th Cross weekly blog after a long hiatus. I'm finally talking about what's in the game again now that I've had some time to breathe.
Now that you know what's in the game.
We kind of knew. We were doing a few changes and tests. But things have stabled up a bit more, and it's very similar to the last version we talked about, 35. There are only really it's more differences in execution, like the way that the bosses will select their attacks is now different. The actual look and feel of the hunter's deck is different, even though the mechanics are basically the same.
Oh yeah,
and we're working on the way that progression works through the castle. You may not get that progression in the Tabletop Simulator module. We may just do fights, just for the balancing of the combat encounters. But yes, it's coming to Tabletop Simulator soon. It's just,
is Minato
been
playable?
Working on a lot of different things.
Is Minato playable yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Why not?
Well. I'm working on the main 8 that are going into the box first.
Okay, that's fair.
Characters that are like pseudo villains, like Minato and Iaquis and Rimulus, they will be probably bonus characters that are unlockable through the adventures. So
okay.
I'm not focusing on them for the, for like, just for testing purposes. They'll appear later.
Who are the main 8? I think we've never established who the main 8 are.
So Zoltz, Selenka, Eugenia, Galdred, Joffrey, Renea, Lucia, and Cyrus.
Man.
Those are the 8 like hero characters.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you to describe all of their play styles, but that's very interesting because actually recently we sent out organized player rewards, right? And we were able to see some of the other 7th Cross characters in the universe of 7th Cross as alternate costumes to some of our Exceed characters from Season 2. And I found some of their designs to be really cool, and sometimes I wish I could just have them as actual kits. So I was wondering if maybe one of the 8 fighters would be one of them. I don't know their names. Whoever the Kali girl
some
is.
Of those, so some of those are villains that you'll encounter in the different castles. Ooh. So Kali is an enemy you can fight. Shinigami is an enemy you can fight. Some of them are characters that'll join you. Some of them are characters that'll join you and enemies you'll fight.
Oh, that's
depending
cool.
on the choices you make in the game.
They're gonna Vegeta. They're gonna like join your team after you kick their butts. I think one of my favorite ones is the Candle Girl, the Candle Knight,
Candle Flame Knight. Yeah,
Llewellyn. Man, what are the names?
Yeah, Llewellyn.
Llewellyn. Did you just mash together a bunch of L's and W's?
No.
Looks that.
It's a real name. You can go look it up.
It is a real name? Okay.
It's Welsh.
It's Welsh. Okay. Obviously, I don't know much about Welsh people and their names. So, God. Anyway, all of these designs...
It all sounds like Cthulhu speak. That's the takeaway.
It does all sound like... Maybe we should just rename all the Kaons in BattleCon to be Welsh. That would work.
Oh, man.
Okay, no, but that's the deal, right? I'm really excited because, like, seeing those new alternate costumes, which are essentially just entirely different characters, but you just have them as costumes for the Exceed characters, it just reminded me of the fact that the world of 7th Cross is much bigger than the characters that we get in Exceed. And that there's way more to see in the 7th Cross game, and I don't know how they fit into the story. Are they like NPCs you meet in like the hub world and they sell you stuff? Like, I don't know.
Well, they're all different kinds of things. Yeah, we'll find out. I'll be continuing to blog about it, so you can check out the blogs and find out for sure.
Oh man,
as time goes by.
Oh gosh, Brad, I'm so excited. But let's belay that excitement and delay the excitement and move on to the last question for this segment before we move on to Otherwise, where Brad and I will ponder some things and maybe think about life. Brad, I have this last question for you.
All right.
Exceed. If you guys could change one normal, which would it be, and how would you change it?
I don't know. I mean, we spent a long time on the Exceed normals. Like, we spent months coming up with the right normals for that game. And we did a lot of testing, and I don't know that I would change any of the normals in Exceed.
Really?
The only one that I've thought about, like even entertained, would be switching the triggers on Grasp and Cross. So
that Grasp is before and Cross is on hit?
Grasp would have, the 1-2 range, 3 damage, 6 speed, and move you either direction, and the Cross would be the 1-3-7 that moves you away.
Interesting.
And that might be a worthy change, but I'm still not even sure it's necessary.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty
because it would mean that Cross would be like totally safe, and Cross is already
the safest,
recognized by some as the best normal.
Really? Cross recognized by some as the best normal. Interesting.
Yeah, but changing that would make it a little less, like giving it a little less hit confirm might be worthy, and giving Grasp a little more. But again, I'm real happy with the place the normals are in. Yeah, and they all support different situations and different play styles. So I don't know that they need to change necessarily.
I think this is a very interesting question. Again, most of my experience is BattleCon, right? And Exceed, in my opinion, does one thing that BattleCon doesn't do so well, and it's that all of Exceed's normals feel like they have a use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In any
now,
matchup.
if you ask me what BattleCon base I would change, you'll get a real answer there.
I mean, we all know it's Grasp, right?
No, it's not Grasp.
What? What would you change? Huh?
I would change Shot.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh. Interesting. I would change Grasp.
I would put a minimum range on Shot, 2 to 4.
Oh, I see. That would make the game very interesting.
Yeah, right. Like it would actually it'd make you play it a little more carefully.
Yeah,
because the stun guard on Shot just makes it too free.
Yeah, it is. It is too free. Shot is arguably.
That said, That said, one of the things that I've thought a lot about in this game is adding another base
in BattleCon.
Yes.
Whoa.
Like I've given a ton of thought to adding another base.
Taking a page out of Exceed's book, huh?
Yeah.
If so, what would that base be? I'm thinking about it.
What would the base be? I think it would be a
cross.
No, maybe not a cross, but definitely a mobility focused move.
Yeah, like cross.
Something that's kind of like a half dodge.
A mobility focused move that. So basically, you're saying it's like it has a trigger that says like move 2 or something.
Yeah, something that's like after move 1 or 2 would be, and it's more of like a slower move. I think would be would be healthy for the game.
Yeah,
kind of like a focus attack that lets you reposition.
I think I like that too, because the big problem in BattleCon right now, and why every rotation of BattleCon is essentially dodge central, right, is because no other base lets you reposition after. Everything repositions before the attack happens, and sometimes you want to reposition after the attack happens. So it's very interesting. I've never brought that into consideration before. But we're talking about Exceed. We're getting a bit off track. By the way, I would change Grasp because it's useless in like 80% of matchups. But
Marco, it's not. So many games have been won with a well-placed Grasp.
I mean, okay. Here's the thing. It's like, yes, of course, it's not completely trash fire, right? But it's like, I don't know. I guess it's
not all bases are created equal. Like when we were making Exceed, everyone was like Sweep is too strong. Sweep is almost like a super. Why is Sweep so good? Like I can't believe it's got 6 power and you discard a card. What?
Yeah, it is pretty good.
But like as we played the game, like it's really good to have a normal that is so strong, because it means that you can make because the things that it threatens are different than the things that other moves threaten. If you didn't have Sweep, you wouldn't be able to threaten the full range of special moves with normals. It means some players wouldn't have responses to certain special moves.
Yeah.
So like we don't. I guess in fighting games you traditionally think of like special moves are just better than regular moves, but it's not the case, and it's not good fighting game design to make special moves better than normal moves. And that's kind of what we've learned from the modern fighters, is that good normals make for a healthy game.
Really?
So
yeah, because it gives everybody like something to fall back on, I guess.
Yeah, and so having a normal that is just a step down from a super, even though it means that players immediately know, oh, I have to watch out for sweeps. This is threatened by a sweep. I'm taking a risk with this move, almost all the time, and that is, and it's good. It's really good because it lets us make special moves in a wide range of various special moves that are still interesting because they can still be threatened by a sweep. So the moves don't have to be created equal, as long as both players have equal access to them.
Yeah,
I think that's one thing that, like Grasp is a little weaker, but that's okay. Grasp is such a useful utility, and it's so good once you can get power buffs. Like Sweep doesn't really benefit that much from power buffs. Yeah, it's got the guard, but if you're hitting for 6, hitting for 8 is not that much different. You're still going to break most guards. You're still going to do a ton of damage. But when you have 7 speed already, going for 4 instead, like doing 4 damage instead of doing 2 damage, is really big.
Okay. I think there's a misunderstanding here. I meant I would change Grasp in BattleCon.
In BattleCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might give an extra space of push or pull to grasp as well.
I think in BattleCon, it's like, grasp just needs one more stat than something, right? Like, in my opinion. Because, like, it's either you give me more, like, dodge ability with the on-hit, you either give me more speed or give me more power. Because compared to everything else, it feels like grasp is one step below everything else. And I guess that's the big difference between BattleCon and Exceed, in my opinion. And it's that in Exceed, it's really good that everybody gets this, like the grasp versus sweep talk you just had. That, like, illustrates the point entirely. But I think it's also helped by the fact that you have stuff like continuous boosts. You have stuff like, you know, being able to reposition even without having to attack, like by using force to just move around and stuff. Positioning matters a lot in Exceed, right? And if you're in melee range, if you play a grasp, almost nothing's going before that grasp, right? That grasp will hit.
Whereas in BattleCon, positioning is not as important because characters have range modifiers. And if I'm not at range, I can just play a range modifier on my attack.
Exactly.
And make the range.
Or a lot of characters in BattleCon have just built-in movement effects that let them change the range instantly, start a beat or before activating or anti and stuff like that. So, like, if you have less stats and if you have range modifiers and everything, why bother with grasp if you can just make strike just a better grasp most of the time, right? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, or drive, in fact, just give drive one priority.
But that can be interesting too because of the rotation in BattleCon. You know.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, like maybe my strike is just better, but I can't strike continuously forever. I have to
there's a scarcity
do other things.
Yeah, so I feel like that's the thing. I don't think grasp is a dumpster fire of a base. I think it's obviously the weakest base. It has its uses. The thing about grasp, though, I feel like it's just very Caitlyn-y, wherein it's like in some situations grasp in BattleCon is basically don't play this, and other times it's like if you play this you win the matchup. Like against Tatsumi, grasp is a godsend. Like grasp will win you that entire matchup. But against like Cadenza, it doesn't really matter what you do with grasp. It doesn't matter. But going back to Exceed, sorry, we tangential because Exceed and BattleCon are very interwoven, and like I feel like the way that Exceed was designed is trying to capitalize on what BattleCon missed. You know what I mean? It's like that's how I feel like Exceed ended up being.
Well, it was originally designed as the spiritual successor. We originally called it BattleCon 2.
Oh, okay.
When we were building it.
Okay, then that explains a lot. So I feel like Exceed's bases and normals are very interesting to me because to me they all seem very useful. Even if grasp basically just looks like grasp from BattleCon but with one power and one priority extra. It's a huge difference because in Exceed, if you're at one specific range, that range isn't changing. You can play a grasp at range 1 and it will usually work. Whereas in BattleCon, if you do that, you lose. You will basically lose that beat because people will burst you, people will do some other start of beat movement that will make you miss, etc., etc. So I think grasp actually has a big usage in Exceed, especially because it has more power and because it has an alternate use in its boost effect, which gives you more speed. And speed tiers in Exceed mean a lot too compared to BattleCon, right? Because certain normals beat other normals at certain speeds, blah, blah, blah. In BattleCon, it doesn't matter because everybody just puts extra stun guard and everything. So I think the thing about Exceed normals that I would like to change is I actually want to change dive in some way. Mostly because, okay, this is more of a, not a balance thing, because I can't really speak for Exceed balance, right? I'm bad at this game, and I only play Minato, and I don't even play him properly, because all I do is deck people out. So, what I really would like to change about dive is it just feels really bad when someone dives you, okay? Like...
That's the whole point, though. Like, why would you change something like that? That's the whole idea of dive, is that dive is a strict improvement on dodge because it's actually a viable attack and it gives you a dodge effect.
It's so good. It's such a good card.
But it's so bad. Like every other card will beat dive.
Yeah. Of course. That's the entire point. Yeah.
Right. Like it's only good at range 4, and even then, you just hope somebody doesn't have a fireball because fireballs always outclass dive.
Yeah. So I mean, like, how do I explain it? Right. Okay. So maybe it's a tie between dive, because it feels really bad to get dived? Diven? Is it dived? I'm
dived.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, dived.
It feels really bad.
Divin.
Divin.
Hork, I have been divin.
I'm sorry. Okay. It feels really bad to be dived, right? But maybe that just speaks to how bad I am at this game. right? I think the other thing I would probably change would be focus. Says thing that draws you a card. I don't know what about that aspect I would want to change, but I feel like focus should do something else after. I don't know why focus draws you a card. Like, is that just like gaining force? Is that the fantasy behind it?
Focus is tempo. So it's frame advantage. When you focus, you get frame advantage. When your opponent sweeps you, you get frame disadvantage.
Huh. I see. Okay, you get frame quote unquote frame advantage is more cards, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I see. Okay, so I guess it kind of works that way. I don't know. I know that focus is supposed to be like the strike in Exceed. Like that's its function.
It's really not though. Like we didn't intend it to be a strike replacement. It's really more of a, because strike is not a grasp counter, but focus is a grasp counter.
Oh, that's true.
So it's really different. It's more of a hybrid of
strike shot.
Yeah, it's kind of a strike shot hybrid, really.
Yeah, I kind of like sweep is.
It's meant to be the card that resists grasp, which is shot in Exceed or in BattleCon. But yeah,
okay.
It's its own beast. I mean, that's why there's 7 of them, because they are different.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just speaking more of as a Minato player. I guess. Yeah, I'm speaking more as a Minato player. I just want to make it not draw me cards.
Yeah, Brad, change this game for my meme fighter, please.
Meme fight? How dare you? You made this character. How dare you call it
I know. I'm just making fun of you.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, please, so that I don't deck myself out before my opponent does, and I can repeatedly have an armor 2 attack that I can keep playing forever.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, but no way.
No way. All right. So, Marco's memes aside, oh my gosh, great. You've got me memeing on Minato again. It's going to be great. Okay, so that pretty much does it for 99 questions segment. Sorry we went into a little bit of talking over there and we digressed, but that's the point of the Level Cap podcast. We digress and we talk about Level 99 games.
This was good. This was fun.
Yeah, this was fun. Okay, so let's end this episode right now. As much as I would like to keep going, I think we've digressed enough. Brad, are you okay with ending? Please say yes. Cross fingers.
Yeah, I think we can call it here. I don't think we have a mini game prepared. I don't think we had one suggested. Yeah. So we can just take the easy way out and blame the listeners for not suggesting.
Exactly. If you want more otherwise segments, suggest a game for us to do, and not tell us, hey, play Star Wars, KOTOR. I'm saying suggest some sort of game that.
Although do suggest those, because we need to get back to Game Club.
Yeah.
As well.
Some people have suggested some really interesting games for Game Club, and I think we should really talk about them too. Since you said you weren't going to be sick of roguelikes. Some people did submit roguelikes, so there you go.
I wouldn't mind playing some more roguelikes. I've been thinking that recently.
Oh, indeed.
I feel like what I'd really like to play is an MMO.
With me?
I haven't played MMOs in years.
But Brad, that requires we spend 10 hours in a week.
So that's the thing. I want a game, maybe a game like Fallout that's kind of MMO-like, but I don't have to commit to all the social features of it. Maybe we should play Fallout 76.
Is that on the PS4?
I think it will be, yeah.
Okay, then I think I might be able to do that. Huh.
Well, we'll see. We'll see when the time comes.
Actually,
anyway.
In the end, Brad, I think we should just both play .hack.
Maybe.
I mean, you wanted to play an MMO that doesn't have social features. That's literally .hack. So
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I wouldn't be opposed to it either. All right, so that pretty much does it for this episode of Level Cap Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to ask us any more questions, give us comments, or give us suggestions, please do so in the comment section down below, or send us a thing on our Google link, Google form link. So without much else to say, as usual, it has been me, your host, Marco DeSantos, also known as Mechanic Creek, also known as Random Asian Guy. And with me has been my stupendous, magnificus, and really awesome co-host and founder, god, lord, CEO of Level 99 Games.
Oh my gosh. It's me, it's Brad. It's just Brad, okay? Also Brad.
Also Brad. All right.
See you guys next week, and have a good one. Look out for BattleCon Online.
Yes, look out for BattleCon Online, and thank you, World of Indians. Thank you, and good night.
And good night.